Hey guys, we live? I think we are, but I'm gonna open up my YouTube. If you can hear me, let me know in the comments. Yeah, we're good. Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you guys. How's everybody doing? Nice. The Goose Man. Very nice. Love it. King, good to see you, buddy. JP, RVG, Jim, Soren, Raph, Sinister. Guys, you guys are great. You guys are always in there. It's always the same names. 2,700 people are subbed to the channel, but I see your guys' names all the time. It's a huge encouragement. I appreciate you. Awesome. Raph says you're doing good. Glad to hear it. Really nice to see you again. Yeah, guys, somebody said it earlier. We're going live tonight because first of all, I got you guys. I think you know I have children. Got to put them to bed at night. They're 7 years old, 5 years old, and read them stories and the whole thing. Then let them settle in so that this isn't a disturbance. And also, I know that 35% of the squad is from the Philippines. You guys love Splinterlands. You guys get it. And so we're trying to make a time slot. I know the other one at noon was 4 in the morning for some of you guys, but you showed up anyways. And so we wanted to do one that's a little bit later. And I'm going to try and do one live a week at least because, you know, it's a great time to just chat and read what you guys are up to and what you guys are wondering about. So tonight I wanted to get into a few different things, and I'm going to make time for questions, and I've got, I'm open to whatever you guys want to talk about, but I definitely want to talk about the new reward cards. I want to talk about the new abilities. I want to speculate about what's going to happen with those new 21 reward cards that I hope we're going to see more of tomorrow. If you guys don't know about it, tomorrow is the Friday AMA. And so I'm going to tune in and I'll, break it down and I'll put out my videos and we'll talk all in depth about whatever I think is deeply important. But if you guys have the time tomorrow, throw that AMA on. And because they're probably going to show us more of the Chaos Legion cards, hopefully some of those NFTs, those GIFs, hopefully more about the new abilities and the new 21 monsters, because they only showed us 2, right? That's the main thing that I wanted to get into today. This thing, we already talked about it, I know, and the video's got 1,500 views and everybody's talking about it, so I know you've seen it. But the new reward cards are so the 21 new reward cards is such an exciting new development. Everything from the print limits to the new abilities. And then this is going to be like the ushering in of the new battle rank system, cause not right away, but in like a month, maybe 2 months, we're going to be getting the new, a whole new reward system where we're receiving both SPS and DEC for our wins. And I want to talk about that because I think you guys that are coming in now and getting started with your deck building are uniquely poised to find 2 revenue streams out of this thing, because as far as I can tell, the new cards are going to be playable in the old league. It's just the old cards aren't going to be playable in the new league. Is that what you guys understand to be true? I'm going to pull over the live stream conversation here on the side. Is that what you guys understand about it? Did they release 21 all at the same time? Yeah, they do. They're going to release all 21 on Monday. And Monday is the first day you're going to be able to access them from your daily reward loot chests. But on the Tuesday or the Wednesday, I forget whatever day it is, but the season end, you're going to access them within your those loot chests also. That's how I get it. Yeah. Yeah. So I did this, I think I was watching Bulldog, and he said something about this, and I was surprised about that, because I kept thinking, I've been thinking about the new rank battle system as if it's going to be old cards and new cards, as if that's the division, like alpha beta over in one league and then everything else over here, and that's not it. And so that's really exciting, because I'm personally going to have enough cards that I think I'm going to be successful in both. And I think you guys, all of the new people here, I mean, you guys are going to be loading up on the Chaos Legion packs, and you're going to be equipping yourself with monsters. And because of these new print limits, the 8 million common, 2 million rare, these are going to be, they almost by definition have to be cheaper than the cards that we already see on the market. It's just a simple supply demand thing, and there's 20 times these cards. So, you know what I mean? It's exciting, because it's like we're going to equip ourselves with utility, and then we're going to be able to build more wealth into our deck, because it's going to be giving us two income streams, SPS and DEC. And then there's the whole like staking SPS still, and the whole airdrop is still going on, and you guys are all going to be taking advantage of that because you're getting Chaos Legion cards. Yeah, they are going to have a new league and a wild league with all the cards. That's right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, me too, Raph. I'm crazy hyped to see those cards. Until you see the cards, like from Monday on, you guys should be in peak monsters, and I would say peak monsters kind of every day, because you want to come in here and you want to look at the market. You're gonna look at, well, you're just gonna look at monsters and summoners, and every day there's gonna be a new. Actually, you're gonna click on reward. You're going to, because the new 21 cards are all reward cards. So you're going to come in here and you're going to click on reward, and you're going to just start seeing monsters you've never seen before, because people are getting them in their daily loot chests as of Monday probably at 12:01 a.m. I guess. I don't really know what moment in time they're going to be activated, but it probably 12:01 a.m. on Monday morning. And so people will be concluding their daily quests right then and there. Maybe you will. And if you do, then you might unlock, you have a decent chance, 50% chance you're going to be getting a card out of every 2 loot chests. And so then they're going to be immediately listing them. Like, people are going to be eager to sell them, because there's going to be such limited supply for the first few hours that who knows what they're worth. And it's like, you could list it for $10 and maybe someone will buy it. But then what usually happens is it comes out really expensive in the first few hours, and then probably 50 or 100 copies get on the marketplace, and a new floor is usually found, like an average price that people can agree to. And that's going to be the moment that we need to be watching that happen, so that we can in real time activate. Thanks, Jim. Thanks for the 2. I can't wait to become a member. Thanks, man. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we're going to be making more. Don't you worry. We've got more space in ours. We're going to grow that the TNA, and we're going to make new ones. But yeah, the reward cards from 12:01 on, I suspect we're going to have opportunities that all of us are going to be able to possibly get these cards for really inexpensive. And when I say inexpensive, who knows what they're worth? Because I don't know the abilities, I don't know the synergies between these different cards. But remember, the cheapest cards that are out there right now are let's see. I think it's a chain spinner. 20 cents, 21 cents, 24 cents. And these cards are 20 times less common. There are 20 times less copies of these cards than there are of these new reward cards. And so I would argue that the price should actually rest around 1/20th of these values. Like, what would that, how would that be exciting to you guys if you could get some good cards, some useful cards for a penny per BCX, like $4 to get you a maxed out copy of a card? I think that might actually be a reality. Now, mathematically speaking, what I just said makes sense. But also there's passion and there's FOMO that feed into this stuff, and people get carried away and they start spending more than it's worth. Don't be one of the first to buy these cards, because like I say, they're going to come out in the first few hours and they're going to list. The supply is going to be so low that the cost is going to go up. And if you don't know this about peak monsters, when you're looking at any one card, like as you can see, I'm looking at Chain Spinner, it tells me how many cards are available on the marketplace. There are 4,900 copies of this card on the marketplace. When you go into certain cards, you'll find that there is 100 copies. If there are less than 100 copies, you can't trust that price. It's too volatile. And so just when you on Monday and going into Tuesday, we're going to see until the season rewards kick in, which is going to be on 5 days and 9 hours and 20 minutes. When those season rewards kick in, everyone's going to get these reward cards. Like there's going to be an abundance of them. There's 160,000 daily active players, right? Each one of them is going to get between, like, call it 40 loot chests. No, call it 30 loot chests, because that's like a gold rank finishing. 30 times 160,000 is 4.8 million loot chests divided by 2. There's likely to be around 2 million reward cards handed out on the day this season ends. 2 million reward cards. And so we can expect a huge inflow of new reward cards to be listed in Peak Monsters, and we need to be ready to be in here and watch as those fields populate, because we want to catch good deals when they come. And you might only have, I don't know how excited people are going to get, but we might only have, like, there could just be the second wave of FOMO. Like right now, there's been like a chilling effect on the market. My deck is worth 104,000. It was worth 125,000 like a week ago. So you guys noticed, we flew up and now we've dipped quite a bit. Are we going to do a whole other leg up? I don't know the answer to that question, but I think there's so much excitement around Chaos Legion and around these reward cards that it's interesting to imagine if we could maybe get them for a penny each. I would be all over, like a commons. I mean, specifically for a common card, I would load up. But if it ends up being 10 cents each, I would still buy some. If it ends up being 20 cents each, I'm going to hold off. I think that's too much excitement for the common cards, because again, I'm taking into consideration what the article told us about the print numbers, right? 20 times the limit it's for the previous reward edition. So it should be 1/20th the value, I would argue. What do you guys think about that? I'm going to try and catch up here a little bit. I plan to stack 2 quests across my 8 accounts to try to catch up as many as I can. Yeah. Long live TNA. Absolutely, Raph. Wants to be in TNA. Harry Skinback, how do you stack quests and how many can you stack? Do you mean stack quests like you partially complete today's quest and then wait for tomorrow and complete them both at once? Is that what you mean? That might be a good idea for the last day, right? You partially complete it, wait for 12:01, complete it, and then complete the next one. That's a good idea. Is that Harry Skinback's idea? I like that. I'm going to throw some money, some DEC over that way. Hi, Dwayne. What do you think not claiming any reward chests and claim them all together? So, Andreas, they said that the season loot chests are not going to work that way. If you're talking about, if you still have your season rewards from last season, you are not going to be able to qualify those under the new reward system once that launches. You can't hold it that way. They've identified those accounts that are trying to, and they're excluding those. But as for your daily rewards, like Harry Skinback is saying, I think you probably could, because you could stack it such that you complete your quest at 12:01 a.m. and then you have another one queued up right behind it. That's possible. Andreas Franco Turek, they stated you can't get new cards from the old chest, so don't hold them. Yeah, Jim, you're right. But the day quests you can. You got hoarders. Wow. A lot of comments. You got hoarders and whales trying to manipulate the price too. Yeah, Blake, you're right. When we're talking about all of what I just said, you gotta be ready to think on your feet when Monday comes, because what I'm giving you is generally like it's a theory. it's a hypothesis about how this might play out, but perhaps I'm going to be off. Like, what if no one lists their cards? What if people get reward cards on Monday from their daily loot chests and they're so excited about Splinterlands and where this could go that they don't bother listing them? That would affect prices, wouldn't it? You know, the supply is 20 times higher, but if no one liquidates, look at what's happening with dark energy crystals right now. The supply has been going up and up and up because of the algorithmic inflation. But is the price of DEC going down? Not dramatically, you know, despite their best efforts. DEC. Dark energy crystal is still worth, you know, more than half a penny, 7/10 of a penny. And it was as high as 8/10 of a penny, but that's, you know, we're still in the same kind of range of very expensive. And the point is, you know, if something as big as with as much circulating supply as DEC can be driven up by people hoarding it, then you know what? 2 million reward cards could be hoarded for a couple of days. And so the price predictions I was saying about, like, what if they were a penny per common? Well, you know, I'm not going to think that if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be surprised. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm hoping that happens. And if it does, I'm going to put this DEC to work. Harry, thanks for the comment, buddy. What? Oh, there it is. There it is. What else is going on there? Understanding this. Raphael, Dwayne, I made a quick blog in Splinter Talk. Imagine the older cards, gold foiled, is 50k power, while the new ones will only be 12.5k for the legendary of the new rewards and Chaos Legion cards. So 4 times, so 4x for difference for. So the new ones are way less power, is what I'm reading and what I read in the article, right? The collection power and DEC burn value, it's 12.5 for the new ones. And was it 50 for the old ones? I didn't know that. But I did know they were nerfing the power. What do you think that's going to do to it? I haven't thought that through. Like, I guess people are going to need more of them to have the same power thresholds to climb as high as they need to. Is that what you're talking about there? Charles Kirk, when your quest appears as soon as you take a fight. Yeah. Harry Skinback's got it. When you take a fight, when your quest appears, if you beat one battle within that daily quest, you have immediately queued up a whole other daily quest 23 hours from that moment. And the clock will tick. And if you can then wait and finish that daily quest 23 hours and 1 minute later, and you'll immediately have another quest ready to go. So in that way, you could do 2 quests in 1 day. So we should wait for the next season end to buy new reward cards. That might be the best moment, SFMN, where there's going to be 2, like I said, the math seems to be roughly, there's going to be 2 million new reward cards issued on that day alone. And presumably some of the people playing this are going to want to liquidate those because they're going to want to buy Chaos Legion packs, probably, right? Or maybe they want to buy SPS, or maybe who knows what they're into. Maybe they're into something altogether different. So yeah, I would look for a big supply insurgence, like a bunch of listings on Monday. Not Monday, on the end of the season. This allows you to go, yeah, with your CR, yeah. Do that too, like maximizing your capture rate by using your daily quest in that strategic way. Hey King, what do you got here? We have 20x more players now. That's why there's 20 more. Yeah, I know, King, about the 20 times player, but when we compare like untamed cards to the new reward cards, they're both being bought by current users, right? like here, peak monsters. Let's go to rewards. No, we gotta go to buy. We'll go to reward. So these cards are all reward cards, and the 21 new ones are going to be just added to this list. Some of these cards are still in circulation, like Charlock Minotaur. About 25% of this card is still being circulated. Most of it has already been issued. Nightmare is another one. I think Harvester. I think all of these are still in circulation. And so these cards are in circulation at these prices because, in part, because there's 20 times the number of players creating demand for Charlock Minotaur. Now, I know it's still an inexpensive card, roughly compared to everything else, but there's a 20 times demand on even these cards. And so I'm comparing Charlock Minotaur to the new Jin Oceanus, or I think they're both. The new cards we've seen, this is epic and this is legendary, so that's not fair. But this card, Harvester, is common. And there's going to be, 8 new common cards being released? Was it 8? I think it was 8. And so, anyways, however many new common cards there are, those ones are going to be way more common, way more printed than these common cards here, Harvester, Chain Spinner. And so when you look at Harvester's price, this card is still in print, being sold for 20 cents. I would argue that a new common monster that is also a reward card, that is also common level rarity, should be 1/20th the price of this card, because they're both in print, they're both common, they're both modern format, and this one, the big variable, the big difference is that this one has 1/20th the number of cards available in total circulating or total possible supply. Do you think renting old cards will increase? I do think renting old cards will increase, Rena. And that's why I'm loath to sell some of my old betas and alphas, because I really think they're gonna, Lord of the Darkness is gonna always be desirable. But sometimes if you have old cards, JP, if you have old cards and you're thinking, well, should I hold on to them because the value is gonna appreciate? I think that's probably true, but you always have to ask yourself this question: is the thing I have, the asset that I'm thinking about selling, is it worth more to me than the money that they're offering me? And you have to understand the utility and the future value. And yes, it's going to appreciate, but is it going to appreciate, 2x, or is it going to appreciate 100x? Because a lot of common monster cards that are brand new, in the past at least, they would come out and they'd be sold for a penny each. Genie, Gelatinous Cube, most of the cards really, they used to be around a penny if they were common, or even if they were rare. And now those cards are now like $1 each. That's 100x. So if you've got a really excellent beta card or alpha card, it could double or even 10x maybe, but could it 100x or 1000x? Some new cards will. Not every card, but some of the best new cards will. And you need to, I guess, have that discerning eye to recognize which are which, and then buy some of those, or at least hold on to the ones you accumulate just from playing the game. Have people noticed getting more cards from daily loot chests? I have actually. Every single day I've gotten the loot chests. No day. You can see my daily loot chest rewards on my YouTube shorts. I'm releasing those every day so that people who are new to the game can see very quickly in a 1-minute video what I'm getting. And every day this week I've gotten cards. Just 1 or 2, but I wasn't getting any for like 2 weeks there. When next update comes, what do you think the best time to grind? When the next update comes, I always grind like really hard in the middle of the season. In the first few days, I find that it's not particularly easy to fight and win. In the middle, it's usually really easy, and at the end it's actually hard again. So if you're trying to maximize your rank rewards, I find middle of the season is your window to climb as high as you can, as fast as you can, and then you can rest on your laurels a little bit at the end of the season. The power nerf is annoying because I was hoping the packs I will buy will give me enough power to sit in diamond every season at least. Yeah, that's a yeah, the power, I don't really know why they did that. Is it because they made so many more of them? I don't know. Thanks for the daily vids and dedication, brother. You're a gem in this community. Cheers, Jory. Appreciate you, Jory. Thanks for the question, Rena. JP, thanks for the question, buddy. What else we got here? I would hold all the new cards. You get way more upside to holding versus dumping. Blake, I completely agree, but tons of people disagree. Every time there's a new card, every time, people sell it, including me. I told you guys already, I had received Llama. I had some scarred Llama cards. I had 2 or 3 of them. I sold them for $7 each. I had some Jotun cards. I had 2 or 3 of them. I sold them for, I think, $20 each. And I remember thinking, holy cow, what a deal, $20. And of course, it's like, it went up to $400 or $500 per card. So yeah, there's way more opportunity when you hold it for a long time because these are deflationary assets. Each one of these cards is limited in number, and it is deflationary because people are constantly merging copies of it, which takes away total supply at the same time that the number of players, which is the demand, is going up. So yeah, this game, if you play this game now and just keep playing it for, you know, until the wheels fall off, play this game until they shut down the servers, you're going to be gaining value all the time, from the cards you earn to the DC you acquire to the monster flips, you know, and it's all going to build and snowball. And some cards you're going to get for 10 or $20, you're going to sell for thousands of dollars. I've done it, and you're going to do it too. It's just, it might be in 3 years or 4 years. I think this is going to be cyclical with the rest of the market. I love this game, and it's going to do well even in a bear market because it's amazing and it rewards you for your time and attention. But this game is definitely benefiting from the bull market that's happening in the cryptocurrency broader market. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I feel pretty confident that if Bitcoin was $10,000 right now, people wouldn't be dumping so much money into these assets. And so one day Bitcoin is going to fall. Probably, I'm a firm believer that Bitcoin is going to fall to not lower lows. It'll break lower eventually. I think it's going to go higher before it goes lower, but I think it's going to go, quite a bit lower into the bear market, and we'll be there for a few years. I think that's what I'm betting on. And that whole time, people are going to come on and watch. People are going to come on the channel and they're going to leave comments and say, Splinterlands is dead. That game sucks. You can't get any rewards. And I'm going to be here the whole time for the next 4 years running. And I'm going to be accumulating, doing it all over again. Just filling my bags with daily time and attention. Getting loot chests from 3 different accounts. And I'll probably make more because I recently kind of thought about it. I was like, every account you have, it's so easy to get bronze level 3. That's 5 loot chests. That's going to pay for your spellbook cost in 2 seasons. So, you might as well have multiple accounts and let them sit in bronze if you don't have the money to support them. They're at least going to give you those season rewards, and those are meaningful over a long enough time horizon. So daily vids. When will they release the packs? The Splinter, do you mean the Chaos Legion packs? They said last week, Chaos Legion will come out in 4 weeks, plus or minus 2 weeks. And then when they finally release, so they could be out next week, like in about 9-10 days. But if they do that, there'll be a pre-sale for a month, and then only after a month will the general public who isn't staking SPS be eligible for buying them. And I think only at that time will you be able to open them. So as I understand it, we're about 2 months away from actually having our hands on Chaos Legion cards. We could buy packs before then, almost certainly. But actually opening the packs will be restricted until they allow it to happen after the pre-sale. I don't really understand why, but that's what they're doing. In bronze, it's hard to accomplish white and blue quests. Any advice? Well, Arc Ruby, I mean, I don't agree, but I'll try to tell you quickly. Let's see, can I log out? Log in. No, I can't. I have a bronze account too. E.E. Cunningham. Cards. For, you said blue and... Blue and white. Okay. Let's quickly look at it. So blue and white, I have a lot of success with blue and white actually. And I find that important cards, mine are going to be higher than yours. Some of these are hand-me-downs from my other account that I don't even use. But you can get a cheap Ice Pixie. It's a very low mana cost card. And with the 1 mana or 1 magic plus your Alaric, it's going to be 2. Great card. Medusa, great card. Mermaid Healer at whatever level allows you to get the first magic damage. Coral Wraith is very powerful for 4. So there's just some examples, but if you get those guys, and right now Vera Salacia is quite inexpensive if you want to buy yourself a summoner. I noticed today that as far as summoners go, she's getting a lot of disrespect. Look at these prices, $3. I'm not saying it's cheap compared to what's going to come out after Chaos Legion happens, because again, once Chaos Legion happens, there's going to, just like these reward cards, there's going to be this big wave of new liquidity, new cards, and plenty of them. And so what's going to happen is prices are going to decline. So probably $3 is going to seem like, whoa, I way overpaid for a summoner. There's going to be a new copy of some summoner that's $1 or $2. But right now, this is a really good deal for summoners. For a level 7 blue summoner, $225 US, $230 US. Again, there might be cheaper ones in a month, but for today, that's a really great deal. Like, look at these. Even the next closest one is, 10% more. The next closest one after that is, well, this is way more, because Delwyn requires 500 copies. So 500 times 4 is like $2,000, as opposed to these ones require 115 times 3. So Quid, Yuff, and Vera are super cheap, and Wizard is like kind of the third cheapest. So as far as I'm concerned with blue, take any summoner you can get, and then just get a few magic monsters, even if it is, even if your summoner doesn't buff the magic, because magic at those lower levels just kills people because it's cutting past any armor that they might have. That's what I have to say about that. And then white, you talked about white also. For white, what I do, 2 cards, literally 2 cards. Lunakari Mistress, level 2, and Peacebringer level 1. And look, you're going to get 2 archery damage out of Peacebringer, and you're going to get 2 magic damage out of Lunakari. And then Lorna Shine, and any cheap monsters you can get. Like, the cheaper the better. I mean, 1 cost, 2 cost. What I'll do is I'll put the Ooze, then I'll put this Herbalist that you're looking at here, then I'll put if I have more mana, I'll put like a Cockatrice, like all of the monsters that cost 1 or 2 or 3 mana, I'll put them in the first, second, third, fourth positions. Lorna Shine giving them all Holy Shield, and then I've got Lunakari in the 5th position and Peacebringer in the 6th. And so I've really created a meat shield for these 2 to do what they need to do, and that works actually. So there you go, that's what I do. Okay, just did my daily quest and got 1 loot chest, 2000 DC. Atta boy, Branzia. Love to hear it. The victory stories. It's, people get so discouraged. They say things like, oh, they suck. All I got was potions all week. But then along comes 1 loot chest and it drops 2000 dark energy crystals in your lap. And you're like, whoa, okay, this is for real. That's $15 US for playing a fun game. Raph says, yeah, bro, my last comment. So I was wondering if the older cards' rent value should be higher just to get the rank that they... Oh, I see what you mean. That's probably true, Raph. They will rent for more because the power. But I would argue that they'll rent for more for lots of reasons. One, they're very scarce. Two, they allow you to compete more significantly and better in the wild format, because those are going to set you apart. If you have Chaos Legion cards and I have, and everybody has Chaos Legion cards, great. But when you come to the wild format, what's going to separate you, the champions from the gold level players, is going to be those alphas and those beta cards that are really expensive now and are going to be even more expensive later. So the rent prices are going to be high for the scarcity. They're going to be high because those cards are going to give you increased earning opportunity with that second league. And there was a third reason I wanted to say, but I can't remember now. Game is the best combination of rewards and actual fun to play. Most of the other play to earn games I've tried aren't nearly as fun. Yeah, Noda. I mean, I've played a few. I played like Drug Wars back in the day. Pretty basic. I played, there was a space game I tried. I got into kitties for a bit, but just none of them were interesting. None of them were fun. The strategy involved with this game, to me, it's like I feel like it's like a mental battle where I'm trying to get in your head and I want to understand what you might do. And then I want to counter you before you even, take step one. And so I love that. And then earlier today, I had a very satisfying battle that I put into one of my videos. It was on my, it's in my silver grind video. No, I'm not going to play because the music's there also. But it was an awesome battle. I'm going to just quiet it. I'm going to go over here and wanted to see it. Is that it? Yeah, this is it. Before this match starts, so it's at 17 minutes and 18 seconds of the silver grind video that I released today at September 9th. It's what I'm in this video and I'm talking about how, okay, look, I'm looking at the rule sets and I'm like, okay, all monsters have snipe that are magic or archery, and there's no melee monsters. And I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do? And I decide, oh, I have to put a mermaid healer as my tank. Why? Because he's not going to attack my tank. There are no melee monsters, which means the first position enemy is going to be a tank of some kind that has no attack. Probably. Now, he could put a prismatic energy, which I put in the second position, in his first position, but that seems unlikely because, again, snipe. And so I was like creating this whole theory of what he was going to do and how I could counter it by just putting this really low mana point triage healer in the front where she's perfectly safe and she's going to triage my prismatic energy. And then when we fast forward, I was 100. I even said he's probably going to put Peaceful Giant in the first spot. He did, and it totally worked. My play, it felt so awesome because it felt like, as I said a minute ago, I got in the guy's head. I saw what he was going to do. I understood the rule sets in a way that he wasn't thinking about. And I won the game because of all that knowledge, preparation, understanding. And so it was very satisfying. And I love that about this game. Here it is. Branzy, a nice one. Maybe you get the elusive 75,000. Oh, can you imagine if you got 70? I know a dude. Well, he comments on the channel. What was his name again? I can't remember now. But a dude came in he was like, this game kind of sucks. It seems like it's a total ripoff. You have to be here forever to win. And I gave him a response. I get in both a written response and I did a video to respond to his questions, like in depth, in detail. And he was appreciative of that, and he stuck around. And the next day he goes and he gets a 75,000 dark energy crystal loot chest. And he came into the big live where we celebrated 2K, and he was like, dude, I did it. And it was like $600 US or something at the time. Dwayne, can you make a video of budget decks, at least 100 to 120 DC expense, which we can reach silver 1, silver 2? Ralph, why don't we look right now? Let's take a couple minutes and we'll look at my existing deck. Now, mind you, today I sent myself extra power. So from my main account to my secondary account. Let's go over here. We'll see the clean. This will be the cleanest way to look at it. Log in. The deck I've rented, I would say, is almost perfectly equipped to be a silver level 2, and it's very cheap. So let's go over here. My cards for rent. Okay. So these are the cards I'm renting. I want to make sure that none of these are rented for myself for some reason. Like, yeah, see, these are all from other people. These are the cards I'm paying to rent. And mind you, like I said, I've taken now a fair number of cards from my main account that were just things I wasn't using, and I've delegated them to myself. So that's given me a fair bit of power. I'm now in silver 1. I was in silver 1 because of the power that I received from my primary account. You won't have that. But without those delegations, silver 2 or 3 is very attainable with the cards I'm going to show you here. Peak monsters. So what did we rent? Which summoners? We've got Quid Yuff. He's at level 4. He's, the one with the piercing for the fire splinter. Level 4 is costing me 7.6 dark energy crystals a day. Super cheap, right? Like, if you rent him for 2 days is 15 dark energy crystals. 20 days. 20 days, more than a full season, is going to be 150 dark energy crystals. Super cheap. So I do Quid Yuff, Lorna Shine. Lorna Shine is costing 9 dark energy crystals. She's only level 2. But sometimes I take cards that are cheap, that are lower than I want, level 2, level 3, and I give myself more depth, as opposed to giving yourself 2 monsters that are really high level and powerful. Choose 10 monsters that are underpowered, but now give you more diversity and options to choose from. And that's always been my approach. So I do Quid Yuff, I do Lorna Shine, and I do Delwyn Dragonscale, who's actually not that cheap, 26, 27 dark energy crystals a day. But he's so worth it because I play a lot of magic monsters on my Death Splinter, as well as obviously my Blue Splinter. And look, I'm not renting a ton of cards. I'm renting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm renting 16 different cards. And that's it. And then I'm using a bunch of the level 1 monsters that the game just gives me for free with the starter deck. And this got me to silver very easily. And even if you only got the silver level 3, you're going to get, at silver 3, you're going to get 12 loot chests for your season. And you're getting, I think, 2 daily rewards as opposed to the 1 that's in bronze. So that's a huge difference. So try what I just showed you. And it's Delwyn, Lorna, and Quid. But frankly, it's any 3 summoners, whoever the 3 summoners that you can get for cheap. And I got level 4, level 2, and level 4. Those are kind of barely powerful enough to have success in silver. I would argue you need probably 3 level 4 summoners to really succeed at this level, and I don't have that. But I'm winning with those 3 summoners and these 13 monsters. as you can see, I rented about 3 or 4 for red, 2 for white, 2 or 3 for blue, 3 or 4 for black. And again, look for quantity over quality, because more cards give you different opportunities to try archery this time and magic next time and melee in the following game after that, giving you that diversity. Is there minimum staked SPS required for packs? They haven't. They've specifically said, Noda, that the number of SPS required to get Chaos Legion packs will not be numbered. It's going to be comparative, and you're going to get a, what's the word? You're going to get a proportional share of the SPS pre-sale tokens depending on how much SPS you stake. Proportional, if it's, I don't know if you're ESL, but proportional means like however much we totally share, like all of the players stake 1 million tokens. How many tokens do you stake? Divide your stake by the total stake, and you're going to get that amount, that percentage of the total daily available pre-sale tokens. And remember, you need a pre-sale token to buy a pack of Chaos Legion. So you cannot answer your question until you know exactly how many people stake SPS and how much SPS they stake. Yo, Dwayne Butters here. Hey, bud. Good to see you, man. Thanks for showing up. Sim Kim, Branzia, nice. Oh, yeah, we read that. You see, I rented my lore to climb up to level silver 1. Definitely worth it. Renting it's my second week of playing games, and I'm having fun using this Mylor guy for sure. The Mylor is super powerful, and I used to think he sucked. Like, I can't believe I totally misjudged it. That's one where I didn't get it. I didn't see how helpful it could be, and as a result, I didn't buy any. And my loss. Higher level commons are cheaper than legendaries and can easily make back their season's worth for rent. I agree, CJ. Look for cheaper cards, usually common cards, and just give yourself those different options. 3 or 4 options that are less powerful is going to be more versatile than one legendary monster, which is powerful but isn't versatile and becomes predictable. And also can't even be played in every match because of either mana cap or legendary monsters are excluded. Franzi says rent a gold legendary and you get all the power you need. It's not expensive. Yeah, I've seen that, and I looked at the power sheet. It does look like that's true. How much are gold legendaries though? Let's go over and have a look at the rental market. Legendary gold. And I guess this would just be untamed and older, right? Like beta, alpha, beta, promo, reward. I think untamed are slightly less expensive, like less powerful. I might be wrong about that. What are these going for? That's pretty expensive, isn't it? I mean, 280 dark energy crystals. I don't know how much power this thing gives you though. It's at level 2, which means it has 3 BCX in it. Does that mean that it's like, I don't know how much power. I wish they would just, you know what I wish? There was a meter, like a meter here. Power. This card will have 10,000 power or whatever. Wouldn't that make it easy to just choose your rentals? Renting one card only gives me 100k power for 80D. Whoa! What card is that, Kevin? Is there a date for the start of these pre-sale tokens? The pre-sale tokens are going to be issued when they begin doing the pre-sale of Chaos Legion. And so they said last Friday, Chaos Legion will be released in 4 weeks, plus or minus 2 weeks. And they also said a week before Chaos Legion launches, we're going to tell you guys in a blog post. And in that blog post, we will explain the pre-sale tokens. Oh, also, don't forget to rent Chicken and Ooze. Such a good investment at any league. Yeah, CJ, I agree. Cheap mana monster cards are part of building a versatile deck. You need to have cheap mana monster cards that you can just slip in here or there to give you different meat shields and different longevity that your enemy might not have, especially in the silver or bronze rank. No one has Furious Chicken, or not enough people, and that's why they're in bronze. But if you rent one, it's going to set you apart by giving you that extra meat shield, and that'll be an extra turn for your damage dealers to stay alive and do their thing. 100k power gold card cost me 200 EC. Yeah, that seems reasonable also for 100k power. Wow. Check that link for the power rate. Yeah, there's a chart in the guild, isn't there? I don't want to break open Discord though, because then Discord's going to be pinging in the background. Hey Sunny, good to see you, buddy. Jim, current starter cards playable in new modern format, or do you think they will give new starter cards? Ooh, good question, Jim. They have, I don't know the answer, but they have evolved the cards that are available in the starter pack over the time that this game has been out. I remember when I started playing this game, when you bought a starter pack, they literally gave you the cards. It wasn't just a starter card. It was yours and you could sell it. And so you would come in, there came a time where I was just done playing the game with one of my accounts. I couldn't keep up and I sold all of my cards. Like even the summoners, and some of them were only 1 BCX, but they were mine and I sold them. And now, if you guys don't know, they do this thing where they add the little S, and that means it's the starter card. It means you don't actually own it. You can just play with it. Oh, Butters, let's get it, buddy. Want a piece of this action? Watch out. I'm going for the throat. I got some new cards. I gotta show you the heat. So slow and trample. Let's try and do, earlier I was telling you guys about this play. Let's do it. And then it's like whoever we want. Doesn't really matter. This is my quarterback. And I'm just gonna put whatever, I'm gonna fill the ranks. No. Yeah, there you go. Slow goes first. Okay, so we'll go like that. So this is what I said I'd do earlier. Let's see if it works here. While that's happening, I'm gonna pop open the conversation. Rundy, hey buddy. Hair Turbo, hey bud. While I'm loading up this battle here, guys, I haven't gotten into the other things I wanted to talk about. The new abilities. I snipped a little clip from I snipped a little clip from one of my recent videos where I talk about the new ability Amplify, and this is actually the main reason why I wanted to do this live, because I wanted to get a little crowd where we could talk about this, where you guys have your thoughts and maybe you set me straight. But I'm super interested in these new abilities, specifically Amplify, because of the wording of how this is framed, and I'm convinced this is a new summoner ability. And the reason I say that is because of how it speaks generally. Like, it doesn't really know whether it applies to this monster or this one, right? Like, increases magic reflect, return fire, and thorns damage to all enemy monsters. To all enemy monsters by 1. It would say it would just say increases magic reflect, return fire, and thorns damage if it applied to a monster. because it would be that monster's characteristic. But in this case, it's actually applying to all enemy. It's nerfing all enemy monsters, essentially. I have a hard time believing that's an ability that one monster has. And why would a monster cast something like that, which you don't even really know? Like usually it would, if it was applying to a specific monster, then we would know that the monster also has thorns and magic reflect. And I find it unlikely that one monster is going to have magic reflect, return fire, thorns, and then amplify to double those all. I really think it's a summoner thing, and I want to know what you guys think. Kevin, he's out $600 card for 100 easy. Didn't think so, thanks. Box out. Yes, amplify looks like a yeah, man. And if it's a summoner, like, wouldn't you want that summoner? It sounds awesome. Because especially at higher levels, maybe not silver and bronze, but at champion or gold or even diamond, a lot of your monsters have those abilities. Thorns, magic reflect, archery reflect. And so to amplify it, wow. What are the SPT tokens, Splinter Talk tokens listed in SPS airdrop? Hi, Rolas, that's a great question. Let's talk about that for a minute. The SPT tokens are tokens you receive for blogging on Splinter Talk. Splintertalk.io is a interface on the Hive blockchain. If you're new to crypto, Hive is a blockchain. It's actually the location, or it's the place where data is stored for Splinterlands. The people who made Splinterlands made it's like a subreddit on Hive called splintertalk.io. I call it a subreddit because if you guys are familiar with Reddit. But splintertalk.io is just a blog posting site specifically for Splinterlands related material, and it has its own cryptocurrency. It rewards its writers in. It rewards you with Hive because you're on the Hive blockchain, and it rewards you with SPT, which is the native token of this subreddit, for lack of a better word. And I've been posting lately, and these are worth roughly a penny each. So I get like $1.50 to post a video I'm sharing on YouTube, and $5 and $40 to post a video I posted on YouTube. But it's important because not everybody sees the stuff that I post on YouTube, so if they see it here. So that's why I've done it. And I'm only posting select videos here also. But if you start blogging here and creating content as Raf's been doing, I think it was Raf, yeah. And you can come in here, you can just look at all the feed too, and you're going to see great material in here about tips and tricks of how to succeed in this game, really, from a lot of the biggest players who've been around forever. And then you can earn SPT by commenting, by upvoting, and by posting. And then you can come, if you want, you can come over to Hive Engine, and you can look up SPT, Splinterlands token, and you can see it's actually worth 2 pennies now. Whoa, dude, it's up 30% today. That's a big gain for me. Wow. So anyways, Splinter Talk tokens is just a token you get on the Hive blockchain, and if you hold them, you will receive SPS rewards for it. Okay, guys, we're gonna have to call it pretty soon here. Someone put a Google Doc there, and there are all current cards and all of their stats searchable and sortable. It's a great resource. What's Noda talking about? I want to know more about that. You combine the cards in your starter pack with regular cards. Noda, you cannot combine the starter pack cards with regular cards. You don't even own the starter pack cards, so you can't combine it with anything. Noda, I want to know what you're talking about here when you said someone put a Google Doc there and with all the current cards and all their stats searchable and sortable. Is it really okay to use bot in this game? Yes, it is, Randy. It is. It's totally okay. Hi, why is SPT payout incomplete and done manually? Why is it done manually? SPT payout is done by people with SPT. So you come in here and I could upvote this guy's post, and I actually don't have any staked, but if I did, if I had SPT staked, a meaningful amount staked, then I could go in and I could reward people by, I like your post, thumbs up, you get a bit more SPT. That's how it works. Where can we find out more about SPT? You need to get on to splintertalk.io. Splintertalk.io. And that's where you're going to be able to follow Splinterlands blog posts and stay tuned to them, because you're ultimately going to see really soon the Chaos Legion announcement and the explanation of how the pre-sale tokens work. So stay tuned for that. You know what, guys? Another reminder here right now. You got to tune in tomorrow to the AMA for Splinterlands, because they're doing an AMA tomorrow, and they're almost certainly going to show new reward cards. They're probably going to talk more about the Chaos Legion launch. So stay tuned. Can you post the link here, Noda? Yeah, Noda, can you do that? Don't have it with me. Noda, can you do everybody a favor, and that resource you're referring to, can you come back and post it in the video after it's up live later? That'd be super helpful. SPT payout is lacking since their update. Maybe so. That's possible. But if you're already in Splinterlands and you want to know more, you can come poke around and read the posts and learn, and maybe comment, and then build a friendship base, and then suddenly when you post, they support you. That's what I've always found about Steam and Hive. Okay. Is there anything else? Let's see. New AMA tomorrow. Watch, yeah. I covered everything I wanted to. I didn't watch this fight here with Butters. Butters, I'm calling victory. Hope I'm right. Ooh, that's a nasty little miss. After this one, guys, I am going to call it, because it's late for me and I got to wake up tomorrow early. But I really appreciate everybody coming out, and I look forward to doing this again next week. Let's do it maybe next Saturday. I'll give a couple days notice whenever I do this kind of thing, but I'm going to try and make it regular. Here it is. See what I'm saying, guys? I rented 2 cards and 1 summoner. The Peacebringer level 1, Lunakari level 2. If you want to know how to win, you put those 2 in the back end with Lorna Shine, and then just Meat Shield in the front. And the shield she provides just makes them stay alive long enough that your Lunakari and Peacebringer win the battle. Good night, DC. Yeah, thanks, man. CJ, Jack, Heya, Inder, Soren. Love you guys. Kevin, Noda, Mickey, Harry. Guys, you're great. Appreciate you all. It's amazing that you came and showed up tonight on a Thursday night. I know you got work tomorrow. You got kids too. I hope this was fun and entertaining. I appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you for your time and attention. It's worth something, and so I appreciate you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Bye for now, guys.